All you people are sleeping. TU-LOX'S come to wake you up. We see things but they teach us we're dreaming. But I have come to wake you up. Having knowledge is the key thing. Having a wisdom will lift you up. You're born a lazy man, you die a lazy man. Would someone wake him up? All you people are sleeping. TU-LOX'S come to wake you up. Watching the man Shakespeare underrepresenting live on Living Colors, right? My 2 cents podcast, I don't.
Sing again. I want them again. So didn't I tell you that the beast is roaming? Yeah. Protect your children. Call like a raging storm is coming. Lion twin, yo, we want them again. So didn't we tell you that the beast is roaming? Yeah. Protect your children. Call like a raging storm is. Yo. Listen up.
Blessed, welcome to another episode of the My 2 Cents podcast. I'm your host, TU-LOX'S, the 876 Rebel, and as usual, today's episode will be brought to you by Rebel 13 Collections, where creativity lives. We also do everything printing except fingerprinting. We also offer the finest and best in embroidery services in the island. Check us out at 876-898-9888. And also to get direct access to the updated merchandise, you can simply follow us at Rebel 13 Collections on Instagram. Still a reminder item, check out TU-LOX'S book Planet Her, available on all digital platforms. Available in Jamaica at jamaicadeals.com.
From a long time. Money is the drug, yeah. Money is the drug, yeah. Ain't no joke about it, so you can't live without it. Money is the drug, yeah. Fight the fight, even go to war. They'll do anything to get some more.
Yeah, man, people, so let's see this now. Based on the intro, you know, so that voice there can't miss. I want to say voice, I talk about one of Jamaica's best vocal in the history of dancehall and reggae music, him name Barrington Levy. And on that fire track, the man I make you know say money is the drug. He said just like the real crackhead them. In a society, people are addicted to money more than any hard drug right now. And people do anything to put them hand on that shit, you best believe it. If you don't check TikTok for example and swear some man do with them soul and them all, you don't know exactly what Barrington mean in that track. Yeah. Money is the drug. Whole heap of boy go quail for whale. So if I'm me alone, that junior would have never steal. See? I don't know Barrington leaving a new to this. Them man they true to this. That song is out now for all digital platform. So just go on over Barrington Levy and make him know say a TU-LOX'S. Sending up.
Money is the drug, yeah.
Now, as well, I did tell the item, I put on the treat. The Rebel 13 Foundation, that are my foundation, put on the treat for the youth them back in my era. And I do that from my pocket, see? And I just encourage every other entertainer to have the ways and means in any kind of way. It not have to be the biggest thing. To give back to the community in any way you can, if I even annually seen, and me plan to do this as regular as I can, seen, cause Kingston 13 I'm a art, seen, nothing to me like Chisholm Avenue, big up Omara Road, big up Frog City, big up Waltham, big up Maxfield, 1 Kingston 30. Now me I get straight into the show. Alright, yes sir, the first start. First thing I got to know for do, I forgive me if I get a bit heated. Because me not happy about cloth when I read that headline here. There's no way any sensible person, any sensible Jamaican person should have read this and feel comfortable. Any sensible Jamaican person should have know about this or even hear about it. I'm gonna say no uproar, no complaint, no protest, nothing at all. It's just business as usual. All now me can't believe the Ligel Clarks of fucking wicked. Him and him government. Seeing I don't know me not get involved in a politics because the whole of them are so. As soon as them get the power, the people get devoured. And me not sorry for the people. The whole fuck are an idiot. Because in a protest for dumb shit like parties. Or them a lack of dance. Everybody up in them feelings. Or remember Big C?
No sir, I can't believe this. Curfew time and there's a party.
The surprise of a citizen as he records the moment when more than 18 people were arrested for breaching the curfew order. This is where the action was. Bottles of alcohol as evidence. Caught red-handed, some were forced to line up with hands on their heads. The line could have been much longer.
Hundreds of them elude us over there, so.
The police report that about 8 Saturday night, a team from the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch raided the party and arrested individuals. Some fled the dragnet. Inspector Stephen Watson, who led the operation, told our news center that those charged were each offered station bail in the sum of $250,000 and are to appear in court on June 30. He said several women held in the operation were warned and released after they reported having small children at home. The organizers of the party reportedly fled the scene and are now being sought by the police.
People are risk going to jail for go one party. But nobody wants to risk going to jail when taxes are overburdened with in other country. But the government can come in with, 300% raise. No in a mash up. No road, no block. Social media pacify the world of account. Comment section never ever change nothing. I'm tired for telling you that. Now, I don't know if I want to feel so, but I'm going to read one headline for one. Tell me how you feel in the comment section after you see such blatant disregard for our rights, blatant disregard for our opinion upon our tax money. Look on the headline here. Jamaican taxpayers will be asked to pay more than $14 million monthly to keep scandal-plagued investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, in operation for the foreseeable future. That's the word from Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. He made the announcement by assuring the remaining employees of the firm that the government would take over the payment of their salaries. Alright, so for those who don't understand exactly what I just read, it means the government is willing to pay $14 million of our hard-working taxes to the employees of SSL, a private company where rob Jamaican citizens millions, billions of dollars, including Jamaica's own Usain Bolt, will bring the whole thing to light. And instead of the government step in and figure out a way to pay back the people that get robbed, them decide so they will pay the employees of a company where them reputation already ruined. Nobody with sense now go ever do business with SSL again. So tell me if it makes sense to keep the employees employed to an institution where whether the government help them or not, them get fucked. Remember Finsack? When Siaga tell Manley, say, listen, if you do this, data go crash. And if you do this, remember Siaga, by the way, is a mathematical genius. Siaga do the maths and I tell him, say, watch this. Or if you do this, data go crash. And if this happen, that not go work right there. So you know what them do as usual? You don't know how politics go. If them enemy, which is the opposition, tell them, say, no, this can't work. Them not go one side and do them homework based upon them and the credentials, you know. Them do it based upon them political feelings. That's how they make them decision. And Manley ruled against what Siaga did I tell him. Because you know why? I Siaga that sit down myself. My political rival. And guess what happened with the country? When the dollar go from $5 ad between 89 to 91. 91 was $13 ad. You can imagine that devastation there. And from there, so the dollar starts slide until to the day it never stop. Because these politicians are about power, they are not about the people. No. I could talk about salary. Are you saying to me, Mr. Government, say, Cash Plus never had any employees? How they never step in for help call us help? For keep Cash Plus afloat. Oh, they weren't regulated. But the last time I checked it, SSL broke whole heap of regulation. Did they not? But at the same time, when run out and decide for help on a political affiliate. Yes. Anyhow, the owners of SSL, you cross with them, zap them, was ever PNP. Them get fucked a long time. Because we want to understand, say, so the Jamaican government go to work. Anyhow, for example, that year PNP and this year election is a JLP MP win. The PNP era dead for hungry now. And vice versa, you know. So a full time when I say these politicians are not about the people. Oh, we need a vote, but nothing else, not even an opinion. No matter in a something as serious as this. Me don't know if me did asleep when the meeting keep when them ask taxpayers, ask politely. If you use them money and save them friend place, a private owned company, by the way. But now them claim say, oh, SSL is now being run by the FSC. Who give a fuck? Everything when the right is on own personal gain, and yet the people remain quiet on a sick clot stomach. Back to regulation. Cash Plus never regulated, so they just allow them to go under. Now it is a known fact. So SSL broke wholly at the regulatory codes. But wow, regulation just go through the door sudden. Regulation only applies to Ponzi schemes, right? When I'm a friend place, with a whole on a chummy, when I find a way to help them. But when other people do them thing, actually that help poor people too. It's branded a Ponzi scheme, so you can stay away from it. So tell me, how is SSL different from a Ponzi scheme? Matter of fact, it's worse. Because with a Ponzi scheme, you invest your money, and majority of the time, at least majority of the people did not get them returns. Ponzi schemes failed when they are discovered and find a way to jam the system so people don't get back their money. So they can say, look, this is a Ponzi scheme. Most Ponzi scheme people get back their return. Not all. Some of them just dry and thief and wicked. But enough of what we call Ponzi scheme did actually help poor people. But tell me, what is a bigger Ponzi scheme than somebody will sit down and decide their mind to take billions of dollars from the investors' accounts without any repercussion, no accountability whatsoever. And when I look over the people and I lose their money side, me I try to understand this. Me actually say this on all of my SSL video them. Say the people them are going to end up pay for this. And look here. All now you look on Bolton or no man and decide how I'm going to pay them back. But when you decide, so, oh God, all of a sudden we're sorry for employees. Alright, I could talk about employees. You know how much students graduate from UA and UTech? Jobless today. Since the start of the year, over 400 and odd teacher resign. You can't believe that? A 400 me just say. Look on this. 854 teachers have resigned so far this year. And no one tell me say una focus on the right things. This is nothing but a smoke screen, this unemployment, whatever the case may be. Listen, majority of the politicians them invest in a SSL. So by any means necessary, it have to stay up. At that, them are the right here, so, but them want we for pay for it for them. Now please focus on the screen. Prime Minister Andrew Holney says he is no longer a client of Stocks and Securities Limited SSL, having closed his account at the institution in 2021 and has never borrowed money from the fraud-hit brokerage firm. This is how them work. Now, tell me why you did have an account and then you end up close all of your accounts. Did you see all the red flags, Mr. Prime Minister? But kept quiet and allowed them thieving people here in the guise of doing business for rob billions from unsuspecting customers, the same customers who are citizens of your country, who pay their taxes. Why did you close your account? Because the last time I checked it, somebody like a prime minister will invest in anything at all. I don't like you, I want like a waste man. Where somebody can just go spend your years and say, yo, put some money in that account here. And are you that run gone out there? I don't saw no do anything. We don't do no proper investigation before they invest in a nothing. So you know what I do now? One of the biggest strategy we always do. Just this one, fast. Get rid of everything, all evidence gone. We don't know them. And then privately, you come out now to help them. What about the FBI involvement in the situation? What was the findings of the FBI? Join them, pay them salaries. You know, say a post you take Jamaican people for. Did the FBI come now and say, here's our findings. We have to invest $15 million monthly in order to help a criminal organization that had to be investigated for a crime. Put a S upon that. A company where broke every rule and regulation. Am I to assume that you saw the red flags from early and close your account? But you never tell the people them? Why did you not report them to the FSC at that time? Why? I can't say you just open my account in an investment firm who are do so well and you just close all account and cut all ties with them. If me run go one bank right now and draw out every dollar we have in there, it's because me spot a red flag. Something is happening nefarious with that organization. That's why you want my money. Give me my money now. Was this the case, Mr. Prime Minister? We're not in a no position. Remember, you know, BOJ come out, come say, them wouldn't advise no employer for raise nobody pay right now because the economy basically with a buckle under that. So pay now raise, but with taxes can use for meaningless things. To satisfy the politician them own self-interest. Wanna tell me how that concept work? Me I try to figure it out. Why don't I use the $14 million monthly to entice the teacher them to stay at Jamaica and stay in schools, not resign, come, make we work it out. But $14 million a month to no friend when company are locked down make way more sense than for pay civil servants though. Can you imagine them teacher how them got you? With some with terrorist picnic where them have to face a man in time? Can you imagine them put on top of that them not get no pay? Can you imagine the slow pace at which police operate based on the fact that them not get no pay neither? How you gonna perform as a police when every day you get up and wonder how you pay your bills? Explain that. So you see a back way the wolf up can think. In Ligel Clark, I don't really and truly don't give a fuck about the common man. The only thing me say you do since you come in power is cater to no rich friend them. That's it. The poor always are got there behind. Because guess why? Not only are they physically poor right now, based on digital colonization, now they're mentally poor. And that are the worst poor you can poor. Trust me, I bet you can't afford a tough crackers, one single one, more than can afford if you have common sense. So you can add your take to the running and the governing on a country. Majority of them are clot idiot. I'm sick and tired of our clot now. This not affect social media on a social media status. So no big deal. Now look on this. Productivity-based pay could avert future salary hike uproars, says Prime Minister. Amid ongoing criticism of the massive salary increases guaranteed to parliamentarians earlier this year, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says future controversy on such matter may be avoided by paying workers based on productivity. Addressing a town hall meeting on housing and land at the Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay, St. James last Thursday evening, Holness said, performance-based compensation is part of the administration's ongoing strategy for Jamaica's development. Oh, somebody tell me if the brother I realize him and him government is the only people being paid for not being productive. So basically when the people are ball for raise a pay, he must say work hard and you get more pay. And that me get from that. And will this also be done for politicians? Just normal question them, not kill you. What metric are you going to use for measure when the politician them work? How we are going to know what them do? Will you require this of Parliament, sir? Will all our we do from now on be open to public scrutiny? Tell me sure what people want to know. All on show me every day is that when you just like jacket suit you don't like an AC because my appear up here come up with. When I know $14 million monthly, it's telling the people to work harder if they want more pay. When you work overtime, usually, you don't get paid for overtime. So how is working harder any different from overtime? Explain that to me. You do every single thing for try, for justify a very is an understatement, unconscionable move where you make when you raise on pay by over 300% in some cases. Every single day because you know says a blunder. Instead of come out and be a man and say that was a major blunder and just reverse it. You prefer try justify it. Real termite behavior. Can't wrong. Why you never revert the full salary and start the productivity based pay with UNO? Since you know well want more pay, good idea. That is where you should implement your productivity based salaries. The politician them need for actually start work. A lot of now want bench cause AC work nice. And you know this. But you raise pay for them. And take taxpayer money. $14 million a month and give a friend them. At the first me ever see a man when you cannot think past your nose. Pun intended. And it's no disrespect to you as a person. I talk to you as the leader of my country. I have a right to say anything I want to say to you as long as I don't disrespect you. Anything. You're not going good. You've done Jim Carrey career. Dumber and dumber and dumber. Better you stop talk. Stop talk. Don't talk, bro. This not good for you right now. Everything what you say no make no sense. It's even worse than the last one. And everything when you implement as some sort of solution is just an end to justify your means for Uno. Uno selfish, bro. Wicked. I'm not afraid to show it. When you look on this again. SSL did not fund election campaign. JLP. See how dumb them people are be? Them not come tell we why. Them take with tax money and I help them friend, you know. But them can come out and be defensive and I say, oh, SSL never fund the election campaign. And that alone, you know, hear people are complaining about. I'm sure see the complaints them are here as to why them come say that. We don't hear nobody are complain. So SSL, just like every other fraud company, every other Ponzi scheme, Cash Plus, all these places, where was the help from the government? Explain it. We don't never hear nobody are complain. I said them no want them tax money spend this up. Why they never address that? Why up to now, nobody not come tell we why our tax money I got spend. Now come talk about it, it's now owned by the FSC. We don't give a fuck. If it's owned by FSC, JBC, NBC, we don't give a flying fuck. We not for pay for that. If your friend has sink, help him with your own fucking money. Why should we pay for your incompetence when on a thief in friend do? The man them blatantly rob people. But them are not thief, you know. Them just misappropriate funds. Only get the youth alone a thief. I just want to understand the concept of how classes people think. For them friends just misappropriate funds. Them think they're not right. Jamaica, full time we stand up. And we need to start making voices be heard, not with comments. Comments are silent in most cases. it can start a coming. But we need to get back physically involved in the running and the governing of our country. Else them people, it run to the ground already. We're not going to make them take the tire off of the rim. The car already mash up. We could keep it 2 rim then, man. And put them down for a rainy day till we can get back a car. We not make the man and take away the tire to the rim, then the lug, everything, nothing for the car and for left. And that do not tell me. I saw Jamaican people get weak. At the same country this will take NHD contribution and build houses for the rich. And NHD never come out for help the rich. It was supposed to be a thing where help poor people can't afford house and real mortgage at exorbitant rates in order to live somewhere. At the same country this will always give poor people the illusion of truth. The illusion of you're going to have a better life. I promise when I win. At the same country. At the same country where politicians win and the people lose constantly. But you know why it stays so? The people. Jamaica have some of the dumbest people in the world right now. And I can't believe me live to say that. You know why them keep doing them things? Yeah? Because them believe in no ignorance. That is why them implement the illusion of choice. Where was your choice in this matter? You want them to tell me now? In the comment section. Where? A lot of you say to yourself, but this not affect my life directly. If you don't ever know how direct simple things like this, or you see it simple, is and how detrimental them thing is to no future. You know why you don't sit down quiet with your phone? Because you're no longer a nation that looks out for the future of your children. We have gotten so selfish that, oh my, alright now, today. Nobody thinks about the 10-year, 20-year, 30-year time. How tough Jamaica gonna be if we not protest from right here. So there's no more protests. Social media kill that. Matter of fact, life now is to show how rich it is. Because you can just create the illusion, say you're rich. It's like how the government create an illusion so them care for you. People now become politicians and create them own illusion. With social media, say them rich. Nobody now have to work for shit. So when the government do certain things, we're going to affect on the life directly. The illusion when you create for social media, we're not actually dumb enough to start believing it. So guess what? I don't need to argue me rich. Alright, you eat a food today. What do you youth them tomorrow? These are the questions the majority of people now ask themselves right now. When you pick me and for them pick me, I gotta suffer your fuck. It might be insignificant to ignore the blatant disregard where the government show out towards the people all the time. And you don't feel it today, but wait till tomorrow. When you all and can't afford medicine. Because as you make one chum change, you think you're rich and you go post on social media, you're contented with staying on a level there. Because you believe your own bullshit. But what about on a picnic future?